Well, I'm back again I want to deal with this issue about Whoopi Goldberg and her being suspended for 2 weeks after reading what was said and the comments behind it and the vitriol that people want to have. Let's deal with a few things. First off, I have always been a fan of Whoopi's work. She's always been unique. She's recognizable. Her locks, when I mean locks, I'm speaking about her hair. Her locks are a trademark. You know who it is when you see it. She makes the moves with her shoes and her frames. Whoopi has always been, I'm glad that she has always been one who has been able to navigate her way through white America in her comedy, and she's always been all-inclusive. She's not dumb at all. She is well black. She's just not what a lot of folks want to consider her being hood black and all of that. She don't, whatever. Here's where my stance on this is. And I mean my stance because I give two shits about somebody talking about blackballing me, come see me, suspending. You can't take nothing from me. I'm always speaking standalone in what I say. So, none of this is directly related, or not, I'm sorry, none of this is directed at Whoopi Goldberg. It's just the condition and the situation. First of all, they have always used Whoopi as a piece of color to be on The View. Other shows have spun off and become copies, same way they did Cheryl Underwood and Lonnie Love, all of them. They always keep, they have wisdom, funny, hood funny between the three shows. Now, I'm not going to go into any back page history about Whoopi Goldberg and Ted Danson and that situation that happened with him in blackface and how they clowned her and all this other stuff that severed their relationship, whatever. I want to deal with this specific thing and her being on The View. I was always told by my spiritual father, you never compromise any principle of truth for the sake of a friendship. Personally, they have never really wanted you on The View because you speak unapologetically and you speak with conviction. The problem with white America is, with this situation, you said the Holocaust was not about race. Did you notice how quickly Joy was like, yes, it was. It's what no one even attempted to say, go deeper. Explain your point of what you're saying for clarity and all that get understanding. Everyone wanted to just defecate. Fire her. It's always about this cancel culture. Because in the bottom line, when you say fire someone, take their job, what they really mean is, nigga, stay in your place. What the hell you mean speaking against the Holocaust like this? They burn up 5 million, 6 million Jews in ovens. That's a hell of a way to go out. cooking people in ovens. The stuff that they went through in Auschwitz and all of that, it was Schindler's List on film. It was devastating. But we have 6 million that died in the Atlantic Ocean that chose to jump overboard and be eaten alive by sharks than to go through what they were going through, being raped on, the atrocities of slavery can never be equaled. Every type of people has something that they have gone through. Well, you know, Africans, they had slaves too. Let's be real clear about this situation. When 2 tribes were fighting and someone was captured, they were put into servitude. They had to wait on this, that, and other, and they served the people that captured them. Sure, a lot of people were sold for goods, sold for sugar, sold for clothing, all kinds of things. See, we wear clothes to this day because the white man just could not stand. He was just too horny of a toad to look at the thickness and abundance and the strappiness of the black man and woman in Africa. And so clothing and things were made to be put on and, because of modesty. A lot of us over here in America, we've been naturalized. We do a lot of things because this is how we were raised. We still walk around putting up one finger, I'm trying to get through it. That really meant the slave that owned you. Most people don't know that. But I'll get off into a tangent and start speaking about a whole lot of stuff about this, that, and the other. But let's speak about this issue with Whoopi. She said nothing wrong because I understood what she meant. The verbiage of the Nazi feeling that they were a superior race and that the Jews were an inferior race, the verbiage is skewed because they were both of the same race. They were just of a different nationality. So what she said was true, but she didn't want to hear it. Another point in fact, Semitic people look like Whoopi and myself. So if I'm anti-Semitic, that means I'm anti-people that look like me. Anti-Semitism has been changed to anyone who the Jews don't like. The definition in the book says of or relating to hatred of the Jews. Really? So that's anything that's said against that they don't like. All right, let's deal with this point here. 2 white men standing in a room. One's a Jew, one's Jewish, of the Jewish faith, and one's German. If neither one opened their mouths, you would never know the difference. Stand a black man next to him. You know the difference immediately. Both of them feel above the black man. What's always been strange and difficult for me is how the Jews even speak about Jesus. And have many of you even known in how they think about Jesus? I wonder if you would be so inclined to be so loving and sympathetic of the Jew. So, slavery was about race. You take a people somewhere that it was not of their own. Think about just 400, not whatever the actual number is. Think about 400 years of being under someone's foot. Now, some of you can't handle being on a job 400 days being treated unfairly. We're not talking about money, because there was no money. We'll give you an extra piece of hay to sleep on. Yeah, I know that's your wife. Well, we're going to take your wife in here and we're going to put all this semen up in her and then send her back out there to you. Then when the baby born, you bring that baby on in the house and the baby will serve and be a servant. So we won't even get off into all those presidents that did that. So, this big sham of knocking statues down and taking this flag down and that flag down. We don't even discuss the drama that these presidents on this money were doing. So that's a whole nother story. Whoopi Goldberg, she spoke out. Now people want her job, et cetera, et cetera. I personally think you should quit and get your own segment. I think it should be you, Jamel Hill, Shannon Sharp. Get your own segment and title it The Real Truth. And y'all go at it. Let Tyler Perry back it, put it on a network, and the people that need to watch it will watch it. The haters gonna watch it because they want to see just where you're from and what you're talking about. That's what it needs to be. Skip is his own man. Skip has enough people that they want to hear his controversy anyway. Skip has made a living off the backs of us, and that's what he's done. His so-called journalism and sources and what have you, a lot of it is made up, and some of it is factual. But Shannon, at this point, is doing his thing. It's disappointing the routes that Stephen A. Smith has done in what he does, being the individual that he is. His intentions are pure, I believe that, but he's putting way too much mustard on the sandwich now, and he's gotten the money that he's commanded, and his integrity for the game of journalism has been lost some, because there's some things that he has done that doesn't get out, and he's always on the necks of us, and he finds it very likely to do anything with anyone else. So back to Whoopi Goldberg. I'm happy that she spoke up like she did, and she said the facts. What she said was true. It just didn't want to be accepted. There are only two races on this planet: European and Asian. Period. But the slowhead thinks Asian is the Chinese or the Japanese. No. What they call Africa right now was called Asia Minor at what time? Forget all the Kibulan and Kim, all of these different names that it was before then. It doesn't matter. There was a time it was called Asia Minor. And so she spoke with fact. She's just paid by people who let her know, nigger woman, watch your mouth. Look at the words that were used. When she chose to backtrack her words because another man said no, they felt like they were a superior race. Okay, I stand corrected. You didn't need to be corrected. You said what you wanted to say and stand on it. So, it was time. I knew this day would come, and I knew it was going to happen because you're on ABC, a Jewish-owned network like the rest of the television networks, and everything that makes money is what's going to be shown. But what pains me the most about that issue, all of the things that were said to defend why Whoopi was wrong, no one gave two shits about standing up that same way about Black America. Where has the white man gone that he didn't feel like he was the superior race? As the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night, our flag was still there. Let that sit on your spirit for a minute. So, it's gonna always be this way for us. Paul Mooney calls it your nigga wake-up call. You go and find, they go and find all of these people who can give a partial or impartial thoughts, who are not relevant anymore in sports and television to speak on things. So, the owner or the CEO says, you know, I want you to take 2 weeks so you can think about what you said. What? Who are you talking to? You gonna give me some time off so I can think about what I said? Okay, so now you're saying Whoopi is just reckless with her mouth. Interesting. Well, there are far more people behind you, Whoopi Goldberg, than you think. And I put my suggestion out there. And believe me, in this day and age right now, you could get your own podcast and do what you want to do and talk about it how you want to talk about it and have your own interviewers and get paid. You don't need ABC. They needed you. That's why they hired you. They can replace you, but they can't duplicate you. So that's all I have to say about that.